Have you ever listened to a piece of music that feels less like a song and more like an entire movie? Well, today we're diving into one of those. It's a Kurmanji folk song called Gewrê Nayê, and honestly, it's a story that seems to hold the history of a whole people inside its melody. This right here, this is the soul of the song. It's the haunting refrain that just repeats and repeats. And right from the jump, you're dropped into this feeling of profound longing, of absence, of waiting for someone you know is never coming back. It's an ache you feel in your bones before you even know the story.
Vale Gewrê Nayê u khazalal berçamaye zalal berçamaye u kev rojikal nevdamaye rojikal nevdamaye tajib tula berdaye panegir tunegihaye.
To really get that feeling of timeless longing, we've got to understand where a song like this even comes from. See, Gewrê Nayê isn't just a song somebody wrote down. It's a piece of living, breathing history, a story passed from one generation to the next. This music comes from the Dengbêj tradition. Now, a Dengbêj is so much more than a singer. You can think of them as the keepers of memory. They're the poets, the historians, the ones who carry all the joys, sorrows, and epic tales of their culture entirely through song, and a masterclass in what they do. And don't think for a second that this is some dusty old relic. Nope. This song is a vital folk standard, and it's constantly being rediscovered and reinterpreted by incredible modern artists like Rewsan and Zozan Butun. Each one of them brings their own soul to this ancient lament, proving its power is absolutely timeless. In a way, they're the new Dengbêj. Okay, so let's get into the heart of the story itself. The whole song is basically driven by this one single, incredibly powerful metaphor, the impossible chase for the beloved, the one he calls Gewrê, which means the fair one. The song paints this incredible picture for us, this image of a chase. The lover sees himself as the greyhound, the taji, fast, determined, relentless. But his beloved, she's the gazelle, the kazal, and that's this classic symbol in the region for graceful, elusive, and, well, ultimately unattainable beauty. And here's the result. The chase, it was doomed from the start. The lyrics are just so blunt about it. The greyhound was released, but it failed. It didn't catch her. It couldn't even get close. This isn't a story about a romance that might happen. It's a lament for one that is already long gone. But even knowing it's hopeless, the lover's devotion is just absolute. This line is breathtaking, really. He makes this irrevocable vow. Her memory, the memory of her eyes, it's everything to him. Even if that memory becomes a belay, a curse on his life, he is never, ever letting her go. So if he can't have her, what does he have left? Just one thing, a single crystal clear memory. And this is where the narrative shifts, from this kind of abstract, painful longing to one vivid, fleeting image of her. What's so incredible here is just how specific he is. He doesn't just remember a pretty face. No, he remembers the culturally rich details that made her who she was. The hatery earrings, the shoes from Mardin, her noble Boti family from Butun, which is a total heartland of Kurdish culture. These details prove she isn't some fantasy. She was a real person, tied to a real place. And it's that one specific vision. That's what fuels the final, epic part of the whole song, the grand search.
I mean, this one perfect memory is literally all he has to go on. So with this image burned into his mind, he sets out on what feels like an impossible quest to find her again.
And just look at the sheer scale of this journey. This isn't just a walk to the next village. He searches from Syria all the way to Turkey, from Iran over to Iraq. He travels through the Zazalands of Ecem and to the sacred mountain of Shingal. The man is literally crossing an entire cultural nation. And this is where the song reveals its true genius. What starts out as this very personal search for one lost love becomes something so much bigger. By listing all these places, the song transforms into a map of a shared cultural homeland, defined not by political borders, but by a story of love, loss, and memory. So the big question is, why does this song, this story of the fair one who never comes, why does it still resonate so powerfully after all this time? It all comes down to this incredible 3-step journey the song takes us on. It starts with a feeling every single one of us understands, the ache of missing someone. Then it grounds that feeling in this beautifully specific cultural vision of a person tied to a place. And finally, it just explodes that personal pain outwards, using it to trace the geography of an entire people. It's both incredibly personal and epically collective, all at once. In the end, this song leaves us with this really powerful idea that our deepest feelings of love and loss are forever tied to places. The lover's heart is scattered across the mountains and cities of his homeland. And it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What landscape holds the memory of your heart?
كبروا حزايا لا لا